The Spring framework supports exactly 5 scopes, of which 3 are available only if you are using a web-aware application context. The Bean scopes are Singleton, Prototype, Request, Session, and Global Session. Singleton scope. When a bean is singleton, only one shared instance of the bean will be managed. This singleton instance will be stored in a cache of such singleton beans, and all subsequent requests and references for that named bean will be result in the cached object being returned. The singleton scope is best described as per container and per bean. The singleton scope is the default scope in Spring. Singleton should be used for stateless beans. Prototype. Creation of a new bean instance every time a request for that specific bean is made. As a rule of thumb, you should use the prototype scope for all beans that are stateful, while the singleton scope should be used for stateless beans. It is the responsibility of the client code to clean up prototype scoped objects and release any expensive resources that the prototype beans are holding onto. The other scopes, namely request session and global session, are for the use of web-based application and if you are using a web-aware Spring application context implementation. If you try to using these next scopes with regular Spring IOC containers such as XML Bean Factory and ClassPath XML application context, you will be getting an illegal state exception complaining about the unknown scope. Request. Each and every HTTP request will have its own instance of a bean created off the back of a single bean definition. Session scope. A single bean definition to the lifecycle of the HTTP session. Global session. A single bean definition to the lifecycle of a global HTTP session, typically only valid when used in a portlet context.